Hey, this your girl Charlie Baltimore.
Hey, it's your girl D Woods.
Crazy Bone, Big Flex right here, y'all. Kicking it with the homies, Talk with Taj.
Yo, what up, y'all? You watching TalkWithTaj.com, TWTTV. Keep it locked in Napper Roots. Yeah.
Yo, man, it's your boy D.U.B.B, live from South Central, man. You're now on Talk with Taj. You know what it is, man.
That's what's up, man. So we want to thank you for coming on the show. Let's get right into it, man. I want to know personally, because I know your name is D.U.B.B, but it stands for something. It stands for Determined, Unique, Beyond Belief.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to know, how did you come up with that acronym?
Shit, when I first started rapping, like when I was a kid in high school, my real name was Quincy White to start off. So basically, I made my rap name Q-Dub, which is Q, for the first name, and, Dub, short for W for my last name, So
right.
I didn't like the Q, so I dropped the Q, over the years. And then Dub didn't really stand for anything, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I need to make a stand for something that, represents me. So I made every letter mean something. So I was, for 2 weeks straight, I was coming up with different ones, and I thought that was it. I was like, nah, that ain't it. Trials and tribulations. And then one day I woke up with that. That just came to me one day, and I was like, yep, that's it. And I didn't switch it ever since. And that's how I became it. And I just figured it just, represented me in totality. You feel me?
Yeah, and it definitely does, especially in your music. You coming out of South Central, South Los Angeles, and predominantly gang culture. And when I listen to your music and I watch your music videos, you don't get that. You don't represent that. You come from another side of hip-hop, the lyrical side.
Yeah.
I saw a video where you were talking to a young, you had a song about it. I think the song's called You Can Do Better. And usually when guys are, rappers are speaking to the ladies, it's about money and what they can do for them as far as that. You were speaking of, you don't have to be treated this way. You're a queen.
Yeah, that's your oldest shit, though.
Yeah, it is. But, when I was researching, man, I was looking up everything. I was watching everything, and I was listening
just trying to see the growth.
Yes. And I was trying to say, okay, well, the guy, he's different. He's not speaking the same typical language. So growing up in California in a predominantly gang culture, how was you able to escape that lyrically where you didn't have to actually use that as your main source of content to get where you are today?
Well, I just didn't want to, even though I'm from a neighborhood, gang neighborhood, I didn't want to be another, no disrespect to these guys, but I didn't want to be like another Game, another Nipsey. I wanted to stand out and be unique, and I didn't really have to, like you said, use the gang culture to make my music relevant. So I use the gang culture a little different. My thing is I came from here, but look what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Look where I came, look where I'm going, and I don't have to put everything in a negative light and praise the gang culture and the way things go in gangs, the killing, the violence, and the drug dealing and all that. Because I did come from it, but I grew as a man and as an artist, so I didn't, I don't want to go that route with it. You feel me?
Did you have any challenges going the route that you did go, where particularly, again, the lyrics and the content is different? Did you have a challenge getting yourself or getting a good response from the fan base of the industry when you started to take this route?
Nah, I actually think it helped because I went against the grain. You know what I mean? And people valued the me being, what's the word I'm looking for? People value me going against the grain and taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because everybody was going with the same shit, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with this. And people valued that I stuck true and stayed true to myself, and just took a risk. You know what I'm saying? And I think it worked out for the best. So people know me for that, that motivational shit, that heartfelt shit. People see that I really care beyond, just me getting a check out of music and me being, trying to get famous and, and get jewelry and all that and cars and houses. Like, it's not what it's about. I'm really trying to make a change out here with my voice, you feel me? Because, like, I feel like people with a voice need to use it. You know, not outside of even motivational speaking, you know what I'm saying? These famous R&B people, these famous rock stars, like, they, you know, the kids look at us and they really try to, like, you know, live their life, like, you know, copy and paste our life, you know what I mean? So we need to be doing the right thing so when they looking at us, you know, they can follow suit and it'll be a good life path, you feel me?
Now, you definitely can hear that in your music. Your delivery, you definitely can hear the passion in what you're saying. You know what I mean? You sound believable. You know what I mean? Most artists, they might have the content, but they don't sound believable. They don't sound like you can't buy into what they're doing, but you definitely can hear that in your music. And you also got the mixtape, Perfect Timing. Y'all can log on to the official website at www.itsdub.com. That's ITZ. D.U.B.B.
No, it's not com. It's D.U.B.B.LA.
Okay. I'm looking at it. It says something else. That's why I'm reading it straight from.
Yeah, that was my last website. It's down low. It's not up no more.
Okay.
It's D.U.B.B.LA, like Los Angeles.
Okay. And the Perfect Timing mixtape. Now, I want to go back to something real quick, especially about the youth. What are your thoughts right now on today's youth, and what do you think can be done from an artist standpoint to kind of help the youth and get them and turn them into a different direction?
Like I said, man, going back to what I said, like the youth really look at these artists as, you know, we don't have Martin Luther King no more. We don't have, like, you know, Malcolm X. We don't have, like, role models like that. So, you know, the role models are the artists now, the actors, the ball players. So being an artist, you know, like I said, you have a voice. So we have to talk about the right things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like promoting, like, sipping lean and shooting people and all that type of stuff, degrading women. Like, you know, like I said, these kids listen, and if they think that's cool, that's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So us having a voice, I feel like we should, you know, put that right message out. And, you know, I think it's a little bit more believable for me because I did come from the streets. Usually the average rapper that's really talking about these type of life issues are like squares. You feel me? Like, they didn't come from the streets like that, so it comes off preachy. You know what I mean? But when you come from the streets, people connect with it. You know what I mean? Because they like, all right, he been through it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he just talking about it like from the outside looking in. This dude is from the inside, you know, looking in and telling the outside world not to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it's a little bit more value from a person coming from a person like me. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in Athens Park, a notorious blood neighborhood in L.A., and I'm actually like a real known dude from over there. So for me to turn my life around, I'm not saying I was the biggest gangster or the biggest drug dealer. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm a real respected dude over there. You know what I'm saying? So for me to turn my life around and tell people that's not cool and you shouldn't do this. And my homies love me. Like, they know I push this message, and some of my homies are still gangbanging, like, on an everyday basis and still about this life. But they look at me as motivation. Like, man, like, he came from over here and he doing good with his life, and, you know, he turned it around. It has them slow up in a sense. You feel me? So yeah, I think it'll trickle down.
I mean, and also people respect a real person. But let me say this too. You know, today's fan is not yesterday's fan. You know, today's fans, they don't really care if you're real or fake. They don't care if you write your own lyrics, like breaking mixed situations. So how much of a value really is it in today's music to be authentic when you're in a time period where being authentic really doesn't matter to the fan? So much. They more so care about the music and if it sounds good versus, well, you know, he ain't real, okay, but man, whatever. I'll turn the song on, you know?
I mean, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it like, all right, people not being as judgmental as they used to be. People are like, okay, he's fake. He a fake individual. I don't care. I'm not here to be his friend. I'm here to listen to his music. Oh, he wears tutus. Oh, he wears, you know, girls' clothes, but his music is dope. You can look at it like that, or you can look at it like, you know, people don't have respect no more. You know, people don't respect nothing, and people don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
the way the world, you know, accepts that type of thing, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go do it. Like, oh man, I don't gotta be a real nigga. I know people that's banging hoods from LA that they're not even from, and people don't even care. Like, and they know they're not really from over there, but they still fuck with their music. They still, you know, let them bang their hood. They let them, you know what I'm saying, just because the fame is involved. You feel me? So in a sense, like, I feel like a lot of people don't really stand behind what they really represent. In a sense, like I'm saying, like, okay, say if you're a gangbanger, right? And you letting the outer towner or somebody from even LA, and they got a name as far as with the music, and you letting them represent your hood, and you know they're not really from over there, I feel like you don't really have no integrity. You kind of like selling your soul to be around somebody with some fame. You feel me? And that's really what happens in this industry. Like, a lot of people allow a lot of stuff because they want to be around, or they, you know, that's from people trying to be inside the industry. But from what you're saying, like a fan standpoint, that's these kids. These kids don't care if these dudes are wearing, you know, girl clothing. You know what I mean? Because they wearing tight pants. They wearing a weird haircut. So it's like it you know, I mean, I feel like it's to each his own, man. Like, I don't really endorse it. I don't like when dudes wear girl clothing or, you know, put weaves in their hair and do all type of weird stuff like that. And I think it's for attention, man, because we in a day and age where, you know, the music is really not, it doesn't matter no more because everybody is rapping. And the whole music thing is oversaturated. Like, you look on all the sites, it's going to be 10, 20 new rappers that come out tomorrow. So these guys are doing things to get, you know, do publicity stunts and get extra attention. So that's what I think it really boils down to. But I feel like, like you said, if it's really about the music, if your music is good enough, it's going to stand out. You feel me? And that's why, I dress regular as hell, man. I wear, like, most of the times you'll catch me in all black. You know what I'm saying? Some black jeans, I might wear some shoes that stick out, like some bright red shoes or something like that. Right. But I'm wearing all black, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wearing no flashy shit. I got a little bitty gold Cuban link, like it's little, a nugget ring, you know what I'm saying? I might have my bottom grill in sometimes, but that shit, you know, that's not even $2,000 worth of jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that was the thing. That was the thing back in the day, like in the 90s and the late 90s, and I would say a little bit into the 2000s, not much though. Artists really wasn't being all extra to look a certain way. You know what I mean? You could figure, you knew who Too Short was and who MC8 was and LL was. Everybody had their own different style. They didn't have to do all that extra and look, you know what I mean, do too much to try to get that attention from the fan. And I just think it's changed. But even when we was talking about authentic rappers, you know, the Meek and Drake situation when, you know, Meek went on a rampage about Drake not writing his own lyrics. And that's another thing people don't really care about no more. They don't care about if you wrote your own lyrics or not. So how do you feel about it being an artist and you calling artists who feature on you that you respect and found out they didn't write their own verse? How do you feel about artists not claiming to be one of the best but found out that they don't really write their own material all the time?
I mean, look, it's like this. You know, as far as like you said, the Meek and Drake situation, like, if Drake don't write, I feel like a lot of people don't write their material, like not 100% of their material. I've been in the studio where people would send reference tracks and people will go copy exactly what they said. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that actually can rap a little bit. Let's look at it like this. Dr. Dre, man, the most successful producer / rapper in the world, man. He doesn't write a lick of music, but he's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? But if we going back to the essence and the mecca of this shit, if you're calling yourself the best rapper, you gotta write every bit of your rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as that Drake shit, I don't respect it. I don't know Drake personally. I never met Drake, but if you gonna say you the best rapper and nobody can fuck with you, man, it gotta be all you. That pen gotta be all you. You don't need no. I'm not talking about assistance on a hook, assistance with some lines. Right. I'm talking about nothing. If you're that best and you're that dope, like, you don't need no help, homie. So for you to be screaming, I'm the best, this and that, I don't want you to get help in no single shape or form. You feel me? So that's me though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at me, you can tell like I'm a real '90s influenced dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was born in '87, raised in the '90s, But, like, I really fuck with the 90s, and like I said, that's why I got a nugget ring and a little bitty Cuban chain. Like, you know, I'm not a flashy dude. Like, these 2000, you know, the year 2000 type of dudes with all these 9, 10 chains on, big medallions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some clown shit, bro. Like, I'm letting the music speak. You know what I mean? I don't need to do all that flashy shit. Like, what are you a rapper, or are you a, you know what I'm saying, some type of cartoon character or something? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Not to cut you off, I wanted to touch on something that you said previously. You said the game is oversaturated, which has been oversaturated for years, and I pretty much feel like that's pretty much why it's watered down. Like I walked inside a Target and a Best Buy recently, like last weekend, and saw how empty it was. Like one shelf for rap, and even though we have a million rappers, you still go to a store and you can't even find a whole lot of it. You got to go online and get it. And there's a lot of I've read so many stories where young black men have the advantage and opportunities to be a ball player or go to school with a full ride scholarship, do something in business, and they drop everything to be an artist. How do you feel about brothers passing up? Everybody's passing up an opportunity to have to jump into this game, not knowing if they're going to be able to be successful or not.
It's because of what they see, man. Like, it's perception. The perception of this music shit is crazy, and it's not what people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with me, man. Like, people see me on 106 and Park. They see me on, like, the big blogs and shit, and they'll just assume that I'm just super caked out. I got the most money, and, you know what I'm saying? It's not really what people, like, it's famous people that they're not living like you think. You know what I mean?
I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, they're in such a financial trouble, man. And you know, people just want to be things that they're not, bro. Like, even people that's in the NBA, you see a lot of NBA rappers NBA players trying to rap now.
Yeah.
You know, you got like Damian Lillard, Kobe tried to rap before, Iverson tried to rap.
Iverson was kind of nice, though. Iverson was kind of decent. He had that one. They saying that was kind of decent, man.
I mean, you graded it on the curve, though. Like, for a basketball player, he's decent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I say that to say this. It's just like, you know, people really wanted to get into it because of the lifestyle, you know, the fans, the groupies, the shows, the tours, you know, all the perception of it, man. Like, they're not really in love with the craft. Like, they're not in love with the hip hop. They just want to be around the lifestyle, you know. And what's so funny is, like, basketball and rap go together, so it's like, shit, why don't you just go to the league and get that same love? You feel me?
Exactly. I want to switch gears real quick. I'm going to get to the perfect time in mixtape, but I got a few more questions that I want to get through. First, I want to talk about this police brutality that's been going on worldwide. Yeah. It has gotten to an extreme that I don't know if we're going to be able to contain it, control it, stop it, or what have you. What is your thoughts right now on police brutality, police killings, and also what advice would you give men and women when they're pulled over by the police, stopped by the police, detained by the police? What advice would you give them to avoid any type of confrontation with police?
Probably so. I would say this, man. Like, you know, the thing that the police are doing is not cool. I'll say that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, don't do things that they already trigger happy. So don't do things that's gonna provoke them to do it. You know. So I feel like if you're just being so respectful for them and to them, it's like they probably won't even do nothing. I'll be feeling like sometimes you have to provoke them, man. Like, if you're just so nice and like, man, all right, yes sir, you know, doing all that, I don't think they'll probably do something to you. Because, you know, we catch the tail end of everybody's story, you feel me? Right. Like, oh, they were just walking from the store, you know, skipping down the street, enjoying their day and got shot. Like, I never seen that. Like, where I'm from, the police is looking for two things, bro. They looking for guns and drugs. Every time I get pulled over by a sheriff, LAPD, where's the dope? Where's the guns? And the mistake that we make, we get super defensive. Yeah, I ain't got no fucking drugs, man. You racist, man. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But I learned as I got older, okay, I don't got no guns and drugs. once this man find out I don't got no guns and drugs, he's gonna send me on my way. Oh no, man, there's no guns and drugs. You mind if I search? Oh yeah, go ahead. Search. All right. Have a nice day. It happened to me like a month ago. You know, my homie was the driver, and he was getting super defensive, right? What the fuck y'all pulling us over for? We didn't do shit. And I got on my homie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, these motherfuckers is killing everybody, you know what I'm saying, and you want to, you know, provoke them? Like, nah, my nigga, I got a daughter to get to. Like, shut up, nigga. Let them do what they got to do and let us, you know, let them send us on our way. And he shut up, and they let us go. They searched us, handcuffed us, put us in the car, searched the car. Nothing was there. They gave us our shit back, told us to get on. But as far as that, you know, I feel like, man, just try to be, you know, try to avoid the shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, because, like, they already got the upper hand. They the law, you know what I'm saying? So you're never going to be right in the court of law, you feel what I'm saying? So just try to keep it respectful, you know, keep your life. But as far as, like, and I'm going to even go deeper than that. You know, like my city, you know, we always, you know, be complaining about what the police do to us, but we be killing each other every day, man.
Yeah, you
and
know
that's what I be trying to, and that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, man, like, how y'all gonna complain about these white people killing us? Y'all make it a big deal. Y'all throw on the shirts. Y'all go on the rallies and, you know, march down the street and shit. But and then the same people marching down the street is the same people doing the gang violence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, lead by example, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do gang violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm you know, I'm older. You know, I'm wiser. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what happened. Like, I'm not going on no mission, bro. I'm against violence within each other, and I'm against, you know, the police killing us. But don't provoke the police to kill you, and don't promote violence within each other. And shit, I'm pretty sure you'll see a difference.
All right, man. Let's get to Perfect Timing, man, mixtape. Now, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but let's talk about the mixtape a little bit. Features, producers, the whole concept around the mixtape, and why you call it Perfect Timing.
Well, the reason why I call it Perfect Timing is the content that was on the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk about the things that you just asked me about, the police, you know, the police brutality. I got a song called Reverse Racism, where I'm basically, you know, talking about, you know, we complaining about the police, but why we take our own lives. You know what I mean? I got a song called Middle America, where it's talking about the place that a minority has with no money in this world. Like, people with no money don't get the same respect and don't get treated the same as people with money. Yeah, so like, the reason why it's called Perfect Timing is because I feel like all the topics that are on this project, it's the perfect timing for somebody to talk about it. And I said, like, the people that do talk about it, it's not received in the same way because they're not street dudes. So, like I said, it comes off like, you know, like, young people not listening to, like, Talib Kweli and all that. Like, they're great artists. You know what I'm saying? But if you pop in Talib Kweli right now, it's like somebody's like you're in a lecture hall or something like that. People not, but I'm a young dude. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the streets, so it's like people are gonna sit there and listen, and it's valued. So I think it's perfect timing for somebody like me to say these things, and cause like I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I've put a big impact on my city. Like, I don't know if people like really paying attention, but like, the city like really fuck with my music and really fuck with what I stand for, because I am going against the grain and I have no filter on what I say. People are so concerned about their image and their perception and how people gonna look at them and how people gonna comment on what they're doing. Like, I say whatever I want to say, when I want to say it, and how I want to say it. Yeah, Perfect Timing though. You know, I got Joel Ortiz on there, Crooked Eye. The homies Jake and Papa, they like a singing group out of LA. They real dope. They next up. They like the next Casey and JoJo. Who else I got on there? I got a couple of producers. I got the homie Remix. He did the song Middle America. He's the same producer that did the song that me and Nipsey had on Crenshaw tape, the No Days Off. I mean, it's a dope project, man. It's like you're gonna gain a lot of respect from it if you listen to it. You know.
It's available right now on iTunes for $9.99. Go on there and download it. Yeah, 14 songs. And I got another question about Perfect Timing. Something I'm a freak for artwork. Like I will buy a CD based on the whole package if it looks good and won't.
Right.
You know, I'm a freak for that stuff. And it's also hosted by DJ Ski and DJ Who Kid.
Right.
And I want you to describe the, you know, what made you want to do the cover like this? Because I'm looking at it, it's your head and there's a lot of stuff going on. So kind of explain the concept on it.
The concept is, like you said, that's my head, and those are things that's going on in my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the cover in front of me, but I pretty much got it memorized in my head. So the triangle that you see with the blood aiming at the Crip aiming at the blood, and the police aiming at them, that basically represents what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the gang members is killing each other, the police is killing us, and then you see the kids in the middle of them.
Right.
Like, that's basically saying, like, that's the triangle, the never-ending triangle of the murdering in our world, and then these kids are in the middle of it. So they're seeing it, they're watching it, and sometimes getting hit, innocent bystanders. You know what I mean? So that's that. And then the homeless person to the left that just represents poverty. You know what I mean? What else is on that cover?
The helicopter's on there.
The helicopter. Yeah, that's just me running away. You know, me escaping my past. You know what I mean? That's me escaping my past, and me climbing over like the boom boxes and all that stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's me overcoming my musical obstacles that I've had, you know, from beginning to where I'm at now. And at the bottom is me performing in front of a crowd. So that's like the ending, you know, like the outcome.
So it's like a story. It's almost,
Exactly. So it's like where I came from, telling my story, telling everybody else's story, and where I'm at now, man, and where I plan on going.
That's what's up, man. Definitely, man. Check out D.U.B.B on iTunes. A new mixtape called Perfect Timing, hosted by DJ Ski and DJ Who Kid.
Yep.
Follow him on Twitter at ItzD.U.B.B, ITZ, Yep. And one last thing, man. I always ask everybody this because everybody has a different message that they want to give out. I got one more before that. N.W.A. movie, did you check it out, and what was your thoughts on the N.W.A. movie?
I love it. I checked it out. My respect for Cube, like, I always liked Cube because, you know, he was from South Central. But my respect grew for him, man. I didn't actually really grasp on the fact that he kind of, like, wrote everything. And and it's kind of inspiring as an artist to watch the movie because it's the same trouble that I'm having now. It's like, okay, we're all talented. Why are we not at the next level? It takes money. And if Eazy-E never put his dope money up, we would have never heard about Dr. Dre. Would have never heard about Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have never heard about Eazy-E. Eazy-E would just be a gangbanger in Compton. You know, just like everybody else. So it really showed me that, man, like, everything is not what it seems. Even when they was on touring the world and all that, they still wasn't getting no money. And it shows that you have to pretty much, you know, give up something to get rewarded in the end. Sure. And I turned down a lot of deals because they weren't what I wanted, like, up front. But sometimes you got to take something to get something. You know what I mean? And maybe if I would have took like deals earlier on, I could have been bigger than I am now, or my career could have been over. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So it just opens your eyes to a lot of stuff. But overall, I like the movie. But I think a lot of people, like even Eazy-E's daughter, she didn't like a lot of things that went on. She said a lot of things didn't go that way, and you know. But I don't know. I wasn't there for the, you know, for what N.W.A. went through, but And Jerry Heller didn't like the story either like that. They depicted him in the wrong way, but shit, you know, for me, I liked it for what I know.
It was very entertaining. It was a very dope movie. It was been put together very well, from front to back. I mean, I didn't have no complaints. I do from a fan standpoint. I saw where some of this stuff was like inaccurate, but just from an entertainment standpoint.
One thing, not to cut you off. One thing, when they played Eazy-E disc, they didn't play. I mean, when they played Ice Cube disc, they didn't play Eazy-E disc.
Right.
I don't know if that was Ice Cube's doing. You know, maybe he didn't want, you know, the disc record about him on the movie. But I think that should have been in there. You know, because if you're gonna fire off like Eazy-E, at least play Real Motherfucking G's on there. You know.
But Real G's was really at Dr. Dre. It wasn't that Cube per se. You know that.
Well, I'm just saying, just the disc. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
The discs. A lot of discs weren't included. You know what I'm saying? In there. A lot. It was 2.5 hours. Like a lot of things were missing, and you can just see how much stuff they did put in there because how long the movie was. You know.
Yeah.
So if they would have put every single thing in there, shit probably would have been like 5 hours, man. But you know.
Yeah. All right, man. Is there a message that you would like to give out to your fans, to the youth, to people who don't know Dub yet, but who's going to get to know Dub? Is there anything that you would like to let them know?
Well, me, I'm an artist out of LA. I'm just gonna be somebody that's, you know, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Because a lot of artists, you know, put off facades and, you know, pretend to be somebody that they're not. Like I'm probably gonna be like the most authentic artist that you'll ever meet. You know what I mean? Like I don't front for nobody. I really stand for what I believe in, no matter who's in the room. I don't switch up my words and my feelings. For anybody that want to do something as far as the youth, man, don't let nobody say you can't do it. I know it sounds a little cliche, but it's real as hell, man. Like a lot of people, when I first started rapping, a lot of people told me I shouldn't do that. That's a mistake. You know, nobody makes it in rap. That's a fairy tale. You know, it's one in a million. You know what I'm saying? So, and they didn't believe until now when I start doing like big things. You know what I'm saying? So, just do what you want to do, man. And as far as like, if you want to be somebody that changed the world, it's possible, man. Like people like, you know, Martin Luther King and everybody did it. You know what I'm saying? Even though they gave their lives for it, but it's possible to do anything you want to, man. So the youth, you know, just really just have your own mind. Even, you know, like these artists that are representing, you know, do lean, do Xannies, you know, sell drugs, you know, have your own mind. Even if you're listening to that type of music, I can't control what you listen to. But at the end of the day, you know, make your own decisions. And that's all I can say, man. Just be yourself and, you know, don't, you know, get drugged into the you know, the stereotypes and the peer pressure. So that's all I